because I really have no idea. I have no idea. Maybe I'll have to upload it later. I don't know. Um, it should be live. It seems like it is, but I can't tell. It says end stream over there, so hey, plushie, how are you? Do you see me meow? Do you see me meow? Do you see me meow? Sailor will be red faced 95% of the time, though. Yes, you would be. Honestly, in Vegas, you guys are either going to be mortified with the shit I come out with or highly amused. Highly amused, not mortified at all. You should see some of us when we hang out. Joshua, how are you? You're getting ready to soon go out and shovel this. Heavy snow. That sucks. Hi, Horror Stream. You enjoy your lurk. You enjoy it. I don't know if the bot's working for Rumble. But we do have our Coffee Chat of Horrors channel over on Rumble. If you guys want to give it a follow, please do so. It is pinned in the chat. That is where we are doing our CCOHs on Rumble instead of on our gaming channel. And it doesn't have its own link yet because it needs 100 followers. You got a lot of snow. Nice. Well, gross and nice, because some of you like snow, and I get it. I get it. Others are not into snow like myself, and we have snow here too, but it didn't snow overnight, which is nice. Which is very nice. Welcome back, Hillenberg. Welcome back. Hopefully everything is going well over on the YouTube side of things. We're actually going to hand out, so YouTube gives me memberships, 10 a month, and we're going to actually send out 5 right now over on YouTube. You do have to have your gifting subs thing turned on in order to receive over on YouTube. What's up, Speedy? How are you? Yeah, F this snow in winter. I know, it sucks. But today is not too cold outside. I mean, it is, but it's not that bad. It's really not that bad. I definitely despise white shit. I'm over it. Got so cold. Got so cold. The battery is dead in the Jeep. Yeah, we have to plug our cars in the wintertime, zombie. Here. Speedy, thank you for your 52-month resub. Thank you so very much. Mwah, I greatly appreciate it. Hi, Spooky Rob. I saw the new 28 Years Later Bone Temple. What did you think of it, Hillenberg? By the way, if you're watching me on Twitch, we have a challenge in the community channel points there if you want to check that out. Hello, 8-Bit darling. Oh, you are so welcome. You are so welcome. I hope you're feeling good. Hey, Reaper, how are you? -1 degree Fahrenheit. Oh, Speedy. Oh my goodness gracious. Thank you, Speedy. 20 friggin' subs. Dude, thank you. Holy shit. Now you're going to see my alerts should work. I don't know. But I just seen it in front of my eyes. Speedy, thank you for being so generous. Thank you. Hi, Swift Horror. Hi, Naomi. How are you guys doing? I hope everyone is well. I hear you wanted to eat beans. I did not want to eat beans on a Sunday, but okay, we will. We'll do two beans. And it's probably not going to taste great with coffee because it's -1. Ugh, Don, I feel you. All right. I also have 2 new lights coming, which I'm happy about. Then we can light up my background properly the way I want. All right. So since Speedy gifted 20 subs, that's 10 and 10. I need to do a bean. So 2 beans in total. So we're going to spin the board. I'm going to see what it lands on. Okay. So it's either going to be top banana or wet dog. Why? It is so disgusting. Like so friggin' disgusting. Both of them. It doesn't matter. Top banana. What the fuck is a top banana? Is it a banana that wears a top hat? Because it's going to be gross regardless. I don't like this one at all. So there's no benefits. -11 in Rhode Island. Yeah, we're minus. This morning it was -19 with wind chill -28. So kind of gross. Darkbreaker, good day. How are you? You may have well just grabbed 2 randomly since you don't have most. I know, right? I should have. But we'll spin. All right, there we go. That's the first one. Top banana or wet dog. Like, come on. Whatever it is, it's gross. How'd you like it, Spooky Rob? I don't know what that is. Mm, that's disgusting. I can't swallow it. Right? Blah. All right, there's another. Oh, god damn. What did it fall on? Ah, I think it fell on Juicy Pear or Booger, but I missed it. Tutti Frutti or Stinky Socks. That's what it landed on. So, Tutti Frutti or Stinky Socks. It's going to be gross. Your face says it all? Yeah, it's disgusting. Ugh. Good morning, Nanita. How are you? All right. Hi, Reaper. All right, there we go. Ready? Tutti fucking Fruity. Mmm. That one's a good one. That one's definitely a good one. You've been writing your scary stories? Right on, Helen. We don't ever get good ones, Speedy. I don't know how it's friggin' rigged. We never get good ones. I'm always getting nasty, barf, nasty stuff. I liked it. I thought the ending was confusing. Oh, interesting. Let's see, I've heard mixed reviews. I've heard people disliking Silent Hill. I haven't seen it, so I can't say. I will, however, take the time to go and watch it. Oh, and by the way, you know that little bat that I have here that hangs out here? Vlad. He just hangs out. He was a very special bat. Handmade from a lady in Germany that I can't get back again. Well, Friday during stream, we were doing our thing, and my bat, Vlad, no, not Boris, Vlad, fell off the mic handle. And I didn't know. I didn't realize that he fell off. After my stream, I found pieces of him down my hallway. Pieces. I was so upset that I could cry. Yeah, Loki got him. I didn't know it fell. Loki came in here while I was streaming and grabbed it. Yeah. I still have my other one that we used to sell. This guy that you can't get anymore. Like, you can't get this anymore. So I still have him, but the problem is that the other one was handmade from Germany. I had that one for about 5 years, and now he's gone. Right? I was so sad. The Gaming Cure 3839. Welcome to the crypt. Thank you so much for the follow. Yeah. So anyways, if this is your first time here on Coffee Chat of Horrors, welcome in. This is the only live horror show and deep dive that you're going to find on the internet. You become part of the conversation. So it's not just me up here blah, blah, blahing. You also become part of the conversation. Today, we're going to be deep diving. It does suck, Ace. We're going to be deep diving Mick Garris. And I know quite a few of you have no idea who he is, but you've seen his movies. So, and TV series. So we're going to deep dive him. We're going to talk about him. Feel free to ask questions. Feel free to talk amongst yourselves. Be here, be a part of it, be an experience of it. You're not just watching, you know what I mean? Hard to be mad when they're cute. Yeah, it is. And he thinks all the stuffies are his, you know what I mean? It is what it is. But yes, rest in peace, Vlad. Yeah. I'll see if I can ever find another one, but I doubt it. I don't even remember where it came from. I know it was in Germany. She hand makes them. But I have no idea if I'll be able to find it again. And it sucks when they eat your shit and you can't do anything about it because you can't get mad at them. He's already done it. It's already gone. He's forgotten about it, right? By the time I got done with stream, I was like, what the fuck is this? Right? I'm looking. And I'm like, what is this? Like, what is this? What? And then I clue in. when I grab it, I'm like, that feels like Vlad's wing. And it was. He was in Tales of Halloween. Who was? Hillenberg. I must have missed your previous chat. It's American, right, Cannibal? It could be now. Hello, Cannibal. How are you? Yes. Our love croissant, Mr. Paul. Thank you for the follow. Totally sleepy. Welcome in. Welcome in. Mr. Paulicious is sleeping here. That's one of my cats. You get to see them. Fusa will come in every now and again. Oh, Mick Garris. Oh, okay. I wasn't sure who you were talking about, Hillenberg, because sometimes there's more than one conversation going. Mr. Paul just had a lovely brushing the other day. We bought him a new brush and brushed the hell out of him, so he had a lovely brushing. Not going to be too happy because we're going to be setting up Heavy's chassis rig for his sim racing in here. It's going to be over there. It's going to take up a little bit of his space. He's not going to be too happy about that. But it is what it is. Okay, let's see, what time is it? Oh, it is about that time. We are going to dive right into CCOH, guys.
You like scary movies and coffee.
The following show is based on research on horror movies and what goes on behind the scenes of your favorite scary movies. Horde Entertainment or ReAnimateHer is not responsible for the macabre and horror that you are about to witness. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hey, Kaneki, and yeah, Zombie, you're not wrong. Welcome in, guys. Today on Coffee Chat of Horrors, we're deep diving Mick Garris, the filmmaker who quietly shaped modern horror television and became Stephen King's most trusted collaborator. Coffee Chat of Horrors is our weekly live horror talk show where we go beyond the scares, breaking down horror history, creators, and the stories that shape the genre we love. Mick Garris isn't just a horror director, he's one of the architects of modern horror television, and chances are your favorite Stephen King adaptation exists because of him. Mick Garris matters because he didn't just make horror, he built the space for horror to thrive on television. Before prestige horror was normal, Garris was already turning horror into long-form storytelling that focused on character, atmosphere, and emotional tension instead of cheap tricks and shocks. He became the bridge between literary horror and visual horror, translating Stephen King's complex stories into accessible, mainstream television events like The Stand and The Shining. Those miniseries proved horror could be taken seriously by networks and massive audiences alike. But maybe his biggest contribution was creating Masters of Horror, a series that gave legendary directors full creative freedom at a time when studios were playing it safe. Without Garris, many iconic horror voices wouldn't have that late career renaissance. Beyond directing, Garris was a connector of the horror community. He interviewed the greats, he preserved their voices, he gave them platforms. Mick Garris didn't just chase fame, he cultivated horror culture. Now, I am very happy to bring to you the information that I found today on Mick Garris, and if you haven't seen the TV series Masters of Horror, I would definitely suggest you guys go and check it out. Masters of Horror can be found on Tubi in the United States. If you're in Canada, you're SOL without a VPN. Kaneki, how are you doing today? I don't like King anymore. Well, you can separate the art from the artist, though, Speedy. I know I can, because if I couldn't, then I'd be not watching anything in Hollywood, to be honest with you. The amount of crap that goes on in Hollywood, from pedos to more, nobody would watch movies or TVs, TV series. So you have to learn how to separate the art from the artist. And once you do that, you'll be able to enjoy your stuff again. You'll be able to enjoy your movies and your TV series, because Hollywood is nasty. Nasty. I'm good, Kaneki. How are you? Mick Garris was born December 4th, 1951 in Santa Monica, California. Garris grew up primarily with his mother in Van Nuys after his parents divorced. By age 12, he was already experimenting with 8mm home movies, planting the seeds for a lifelong relationship with visual storytelling. But here's what makes Garris unique. He didn't enter horror through film school first. He entered horror through journalism. Throughout the 1970s, Garris worked as a freelance critic writing for the San Diego Door, the Los Angeles Herald-Examiner, Sign Fantastic, and Starlog. This gave him something many filmmakers don't have early on, which is direct access to horror creators and a deep understanding of how the genre fans think. So starting out as someone who did interviews and freelance writing for a few different papers, a few different magazines, and then slowly entered into the realm of filmmaking, where we know a lot of the filmmakers we know today started out in university, right? John Carpenter, as we deep dived him, a couple of weeks ago, back in December, I think we spoke about John Carpenter. Masters of Horror was pretty good, Deadwalk. Yeah, you're not wrong. Starlog was a sci-fi magazine back in the day. Yes, and he wrote for that one. Yeah. And now I believe Starlog was, and I might be getting this a little confused because Starlog was before my time, but I think it was before Fangoria, and I think it's by the same creators. But please don't quote me on that one. I'm not 100% sure. I remember getting my hands on Fangoria, but I do remember something about Starlog. And I don't know if it's by, Starlog creators are the same people or one person that created Fangoria. But again, like I said, I could be wrong. Hello, Kirby's. Happy Sunday. How are you? And hi, Wickety. Good afternoon. Hopefully you're well. Can anyone tell me what their favorite Mick Garris, like TV series, adaptation, or movie may be? Because he has done quite a few TV series, quite a few films, quite a few documentaries, but a lot of people don't know who Mick Garris is, and he is pretty awesome. I think Starlog was 80s and Fangoria was 90s. I want to say it was 70s plushy with Starlog, because in the 70s, that's when Garris was working on a freelance writing for those. But I'm not 100% sure. Let me pour some more coffee into my mug here. And hopefully I'll be doing the clips correctly today, unlike last Sunday, man. Oh, that one sucked. Anyways, before film took over completely, Garris spent 8 years as the lead singer of a band called the Horse Feathers Quintet. In 1977, his life took a wild pivot when he was hired as a receptionist at George Lucas's newly formed Star Wars Corporations. Through industry connections, Garris created and hosted Fantasy Films Festival on LA's legendary Z Channel. Guests included John Carpenter, John Landis, Joe Dante, Steven Spielberg, Christopher Lee, and William Shatner. The show quietly positioned Garris at the center of the new Hollywood horror movement. Did you know that he was a receptionist? That is pretty friggin' awesome. To know he went from humble beginnings as a journalist writing, a receptionist, and then boom, one of Stephen King's favorite collaborators, right? Very talented, 100% Deadwalk. Hey, Arthur, good day, sir. How are you? Critters 2 and The Shining, I would have to agree with you, Dark Side. I love Critters. I love the Krites as a whole. The Shining, his miniseries made for TV, is definitely great. If you haven't checked that one out yet, please do so. A lot of people know Stanley Kubrick and The Shining, right? Now, Stephen King hated that. He hated that movie. But Mick Garris, later on, brought in a made-for-TV series, The Shining miniseries, and that one is pretty friggin' amazing. If you haven't checked it out, definitely check it out. It's about 4 hours long, 4 and a bit. The series was definitely epic. 100% Dark Side. I love Sleepwalkers. I love the vampire-esque take in Sleepwalkers, which is a Stephen King's novel that was adaptation into a movie by Mick Garris. We watched that last night in the Discord if you missed movie night. Yes, Steven Spielberg basement. Definitely. Yeah, it's a great mini series. A lot of people haven't seen it though. They when you mention The Shining, everybody brings up the movie and not the TV miniseries or made for TV series. Yeah. I don't really have a favorite since I'm not really familiar with his body of work. Well, hopefully today on Coffee Chat of Horrors, we can give you familiarity with Mick Garris. Like I said, I know that not everybody who watches horror knows all of the directors or the creators, but this is why I love this show, because it brings you information and it gives you an education on the genre that we love. I mean, he does sci-fi, The Fly 2, Nightmare Cinema. There's also things outside of horror that he has delved in. Do you know that he was one of the writers, the storytellers for Hocus Pocus? Know that? Hmm? I don't care that. It's been over 30 years. I'm still waiting for Stephen King's Right Creep Show. Yeah, we'll see what happens, Wickedy. I don't know if we'll ever get that. Steve Weber did a good job, and the original actor that played the son made an appearance. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. My buddy is a huge horror fan. I've never heard of the Shining series. Yeah. A lot of people haven't, believe it or not. And that's why I do Coffee Chat of Horrors, is so I can educate the masses on some of our favorite scary movies and some of our major creators, because not everybody is in the public eye. Example, Wes Craven, right? Everybody knows Wes Craven. Everybody knows John Carpenter. But when you bring someone like Mick Garris in, everyone's like, oh, I don't think I know who he is. But you know his work, right? That was on the original Sci-Fi Channel. Nice, lady. Nice. Yeah, that's why I love your show. Well, thank you so much, Darkside. I really appreciate it. I appreciate that. I work pretty hard on the show, and I hope it does what I created it to do. Yeah, I agree. Stephen King's writing Creep Show for is like John Carpenter wanted to come back and shoot another Halloween, which I don't think he'd ever do. I really have no idea, Wickedy, and I don't know if we'll get a fourth one in the making. Stephen King has done a lot of adaptations lately. There's quite a few of them in the theaters, and that just recently came out of theaters. I have heard of the Shining series, only saw a bit. Definitely check it out. Check out the whole thing. It's great. Mick Garris is probably a name you've seen in credits, but he's not as visible as other horror directors. No, and you're 100% right, Deadwalk. Good afternoon, Gothic. How are you? In the early 80s, Garris became the go-to creator for behind-the-scene featurettes, working on Scanners, The Howling, Halloween 2, The Thing, Videodrome, Gremlins, Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. This wasn't just technical work, it was education by immersion. He learned how horror is constructed, how directors communicate fear visually, and how tone is controlled through lighting, music, and editing. Atmosphere is huge in horror, especially if it's not a cheap jump scare horror movie. Atmosphere plays a really big role. It gives you that tension. It makes the hair on the back of your neck stand up. Someone who is really good at creating that atmosphere will definitely have an amazing movie, even if it's low budget. There's a lot that can be done. And working on these said movies, learning how they do things, going in there, he was able to hone his own ability as a horror director, whether it's TVs, featurettes, or movies. Scanners, yeah. Scanners is great. If you haven't seen these movies, Scanners, The Howling, Halloween 2, The Thing, Videodrome, Gremlins, do yourself a favor and go and watch them. They are great. The Thing is a friggin' masterpiece. The soundtrack is amazing. The visuals are great. And The Thing really talks about humanity on a couple of levels, and it's really creepy. Starlog magazine was started in 1976. The same folks behind it started Fangoria in 1979. Thank you, Deadwalk. I remembered that somewhere, like I said, but I didn't want to be quoted on that because I wasn't 110% sure. We know how the people of the internet are, right? Uh, Basement, have you seen Masters of Horror? I have Scanners and The Thing, and have you seen them, or do you just have them? If you haven't seen them, please go and definitely check it out. Check it out. You seen Gremlins? Nice. Scanners scared me as a little kid. Damn head popping. Oh, squirrel moment. Scanners has the best head explosion. It's beautifully done. Beautifully done. I'm pretty sure I did a coffee chat of horrors on Scanners and Videodrome. I've done several others. If you haven't checked it out, there is the playlist of CCOH on YouTube. I will slowly be bringing CCOH series all the way over to Rumble as well. Hi, Totally Sleepy. How are you? And welcome in. I do have about 95 videos on Coffee Chat of Horrors. That's just the behind the scenes stuff. That's me discussing and deep diving movies. We just recently started deep diving directors, and that was like primarily in 2025. And previous years, we've done behind the scenes of our favorite scary movies. I've done them all. I stopped doing mainstream movies, and by mainstream, I mean Nightmare on Elm Street, Scream, etc., because everybody and their mother does them, and I just didn't want to be a part of that. I'd rather do the obscure, the lesser known, the movies that don't get talked about a lot, because I feel that there is more to horror than just our mainstream movies. However, I love the little Sam on the floor. Well, thank you. Yeah, he has his pumpkin. It lights up. Raw unearths a lot of films most mainstream horror creators don't cover. Yep. But I do that because I don't want to be like everybody else. I don't want to do the same things that everybody is doing. I love Trick or Treat, totally. I love Trick or Treat. And I did a CCOH on Trick or Treat because there's two Trick or Treat movies. There's the one from the 80s, which is a metal horror movie. And then, of course, there is the Halloween anthology that came out later on. So I did a deep dive on both of those. Wife should be it. She's big into horror. Nice, totally. I'm a huge horror fan, and I love educating the masses on horror. So I do analysis and deep dives on the movies themselves and on the creators. Today we are talking about Mick Garris, another creator that has done many mini-series made from TV movies as well as other films. Not only did he do Sleepwalkers, he's one of Stephen King's favorite collaborators. So every Sunday I do this show in the fall. It does go by seasons. I'm on season 9 now. But the show goes every Sunday at 11 a.m. Mountain Time, 1 p.m. Eastern. And slowly I'm bringing all of my previous issues of seasons of CCOH to Rumble. I just have 95 videos, so it's quite a bit to bring over to Rumble. She's an encyclopedia of horror knowledge. Yeah, there's a lot of useless information in this brain of mine. I still need to watch Welcome to Derry. I hear it's very interesting. Welcome to Derry is not too bad. It's thanks to Ra. I have some good stuff on my plaques. Nice. Yeah, being unique and different is best. Well, I always try to be, right? Everybody else is doing the same shit. I prefer to stick out a bit more, right? We loved Welcome to Derry. Nice. I haven't finished Welcome to Derry. I started it and I haven't finished it. I think I'm on about to go on episode 4. I think most well-known Masters of Horror episode is Dumplings. It could be, lady. And I appreciate that. And slowly Ra is going off track. You're an ADH ball is blaring. I know. I need to get one of those. It'll hold me accountable for time. I hear it's freezing like death in Canada. It can be, but we're used to it. We're climatized to it. Okay. Now, this is the heart of Mick Garris's legacy. Garris worked as a writer and story editor on Amazing Stories for Steven Spielberg, which led to his long-term creative relationship with Stephen King. His major products included Sleepwalkers from 1992, The Stand from 1994, one of the most watched TV events of the year, The Shining in 1997 miniseries, Riding the Bullet in 2004, Desperation in 2006. Garris understood something vital. Horror isn't about shock. It's about momentum and character. And you definitely see that in his filmmaking. Sleepwalkers, for example. Sleepwalkers is a great movie. It's a great movie, and it's a different take on like vampire-esque lore when you watch Sleepwalkers. We watched it last night in the Discord. Every Saturday night around 6 o'clock, we watch horror movies that we're going to either discuss or the creator that we're going to discuss. And then on Sundays, Darkbreaker does movies as well. Mischief Maker, thank you so much for sacrificing the soul of Wickedy. Mwah, thank you, Mischief. I've only ever seen a quarter of the Shining movie. So the movie Stanley Kubrick's or the miniseries in 1997? Oh my goodness. Mischief Maker, thank you so much for sacrificing the soul of the Gothic storyteller. Thank you, Mischief. Not sure the movie is this week. Okay, no worries. You don't have to be sure on anything, Darkbreaker. I love the Stephen King's 90s TV series media. Peak King and Thanks to Mick. Yeah, I would 100% agree with you, the Gothic storyteller. Oh, the movie. Then you need to watch the mini-series of The Shining from 1997. I remember The Stand on Channel 7. I watched that when I was little. I love the friggin' Stand. I have that on the DVD set. Now, not the newest mini-series that you guys see on Amazon Prime. We're talking about The Stand in 1994. I was glued to the television when that came out because it was insane. It was scary, and to think that could happen in real, like reality, it was crazy. I remember watching The Shining back in 1997. I remember watching The Stand. I loved Sleepwalkers. And it wasn't until later on in life that I realized Sleepwalkers was more of a vampire-esque lore than anything else. And I love different takes on vampire lore, which another good one is Martin. I'm going to highly suggest Martin from 1977. So is Desperation with Ron Perlman such an underrated film? I'm going to say it is. Who here has seen Desperation? Hey, Taxi, how are you? Sleepwalkers doesn't get enough. No, it doesn't get enough friggin' love, man. Not at all. Not at all. I should do a deep dive on Martin because I think you guys would love that one. It's a George A. Romero film from 1977, and it twists the lore. It deconstructs the lore because Romero is known to deconstruct lore, zombies, vampires, and more. So I'm going to highly suggest, if you love vampire lore, check out Martin from 1977. It's a George A. Romero film. He deconstructs vampire lore. It's fucking beautiful. It is beautiful. Martin is awesome. 100% dark side. I should really do a CCOH on that one. I need to see Martin. That film and a few other Romero films I still haven't seen. You're not going to be disappointed with Martin. I did a CCOH deep dive on George A. Romero about a month or so back, and this is where I introduced the masses to Martin. We then watched the movie in Discord. I was named after that film. What? That's awesome, Dark Side. It's such a good movie, though. Hi, Psych Nurse. How are you? Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. And chat deconstructs Raw's attention span. You got that right, Deadwalk. I mean, seriously, I get so squirreled, and I apologize if I'm squirreling too much, guys, especially if you're watching this as a VOD on YouTube. I know some of y'all like that quick, like 10 top facts or whatever, but I don't do those. We have an ad that's going to be starting if we don't snooze it. Damn gremlin fingers. Yeah. My scrolling happens quite a bit. Who here has seen Riding the Bullet? Sup, my lovely horror film freaks. Well, I'm doing good. You're trying to save them? Good thinking there. Good thinking, Deadwalk. Today, if you're just joining us, we are discussing Mick Garris. If you are unsure who Mick Garris is, have you seen Sleepwalkers from 1992 or the Stand miniseries in 94? Or even The Shining in 1997 miniseries. If you have, or even Masters of Horror, if you have, then you know who Mick Garris is. And this, we're going to give you a little bit more about Mick Garris. We love the squirreling. We learn a lot. Yeah. 100% fucking love that movie, right? Right? All right, guys, there is an ad break happening over on Twitch. We are going to hold off here. We're not going to squirrel. Well, we are going to squirrel. Just so that nobody misses anything over on Coffee Chat of Horrors. It was nice talks. Unfortunately, I became an early bird these days. I will get back to a night owl soon. No 8-bit. You go to bed when you need to go to bed. You are literally like almost 24 hours ahead of us or something like that. Sweet screams, 8-bit. Sweet screams. Thank you so much for being here. I may try to watch Scanners. I think Hulu, Prime, or HBO may have it. Yeah. This is why it's also really cool to watch the credits, because sometimes you get to see the names of people that you didn't know that were a part of it. He's like 8 hours ahead. Oh, is he 8 hours ahead? No, he can't be, because it's dinner time. It's dinner time in the UK right about now or so, or close to it. I think 8-bit's a bit further than 8 hours. Okay, 10 hours ahead of me. Yeah, I can see that then. I started watching a show called Knights and Warriors today on Tubi. Nice, Darkbreaker. Are you enjoying the show? Schools here are closed tomorrow because of the snow. Yeah, Canadians don't know what a snow day is. We don't get them. Yeah, you're eating dinner right now. Oh, Jaxie, see, in the UK. Yeah, I know you guys are about 7 to 8 hours ahead of me, depending if it's DST or whatever. Pokey Catch Ultra Ball. Oh, Speedy. It's all good, Speedy. It's all good. It's a game show, but it was fun. Oh, nice. I'm glad. Oh, while we're here in an ad, my merch store is on sale, 20% off of the Valentine's Day slashers. As well as my mugs. If you guys want to get yourself a Coffee Chat of Horror mug, you can do so. These are actually me created in a classic monster look. We have Franken Ra, we have Dracula Ra, and Werewolf Ra, and Creature of the Black Lagoon Ra. Catching Pokemon on channel that runs the Pokemon community game. Gotcha, don't worry. Get those Pokemon. Kind of like gladiators, but not. Interesting. There is my merch store right there, theghoulshop.com. You can go there and you can find some really cool horror merch and merch that is ReAnimateHer or horror-esque. And you support my small business. Oh, we're being rated by Bright Gaming. Welcome in, Bright Gaming. How are you? Welcome. We're waiting for nice evil, Speedy. Nice evil. You guys can check your evil on YouTube as well. So YouTube, Twitch, and on Rumble, you can. I think the bot might be down, Deadwalk. If you're watching me on Twitch, welcome back from that ad, guys. Welcome back. We are diving back into Mick Garris. We were on the part where we were talking about The Shining. I asked everybody, have you guys seen Riding the Bullet in 2004? That's weird that Lumia is down as well. Try now, lady. Try now. I see I have arrived. How you doing, Bright Gaming? Thank you for popping in. How was your stream? Yes. Anyways, Riding the Bullet. I'm gonna suggest checking out Riding the Bullet. Desperation 2006, I would definitely check that out as well. Now, in 2005, created and executive produced Masters of Horror, assembling the greatest genre directors of all time into a single anthology series. This wasn't nostalgia, it was preservation. It gave horror legends creative freedom, television visibility, a platform to experiment again. Garris's episode Chocolate was based on a short story he wrote 20 years earlier, proving how long horror ideas can gestate before finding their perfect form. And back in the day, we didn't have Google. We didn't have the internet like we have currently. So when Masters of Horror was created in '05, this brought the horror masters to television, which gave them a wider audience. Now, Masters of Horror played in Canada and in the United States. Now, I can't speak for anywhere else in the world. If you haven't seen it or you haven't heard about it, it is on Tubi.tv in the United States. If you want to watch it in Canada, you're going to have a VPN. Good. I was playing some Capcom arcade classics today. Right on, Bright Gaming. That's awesome. Well, yeah, when you think about it, you know, most people watched movies in the movie theater. Movie theaters were the thing back in the day. And the people that were watching movies sometimes would watch the TV and watch their TV series. So bringing Masters of Horror to television gave horror creatives like John Carpenter a place on television. And like I said, you know, he wrote the episode Chocolate, which was based on a short story he wrote 20 years earlier. And now it gave it to the masses. I can't remember if I rented Masters of Horror from the video store or saw it on TV. I know I saw it on TV. And that was a long, oh my Lord, long time ago. Yeah, I believe it was on HBO too, Golden. Yeah, I believe it was on HBO. Hi, Ron. How are you? How is your day going? Welcome in, guys. If you're just joining us, we are discussing Mick Garris on Coffee Chat of Horrors. It's where we deep dive horror movies and the creatives behind said movies. Today is Mick Garris, someone who deserves a lot of attention and who has created some amazing made-for-TV movies. Yeah, I've seen it on HBO as well, back in the day. Let's see if I don't know. The bot is acting up a little bit. So, do you guys know that Mick Garris has a podcast? You guys know that? Now, he has a podcast and it's called Postmortem with Mick Garris. You can definitely listen to this podcast on Dread Central. Yeah, I think so, Deadwalk. No, you did not. Oh, yes. So Postmortem. I'm going to pop that in the chat here, guys. I will pop it in all of the chats so you guys can go and check it out. Oh my God, it's midnight by you. Oh my goodness. I hope you had a good day, Ron. I learned so much from CCOH. Well, I'm glad you learn quite a bit from CCOH. Postmortem is a really great podcast. Let's see here. Let's bring it up so you guys can. You can check out it. You can also check it out on Spotify. I listen to a lot of Spotify. You can check it out on Apple Podcasts. So yeah, Mick Garris. Now Mick Garris does a lot of different things besides interviews. Hold on here. So he does interviews, and it's pretty awesome. It is definitely pretty awesome. You've added on Spotify. Right on. You had a hectic day. I'm sorry. Hopefully you're being able to relax. You can definitely check it out on Dread Central, and Garris does release new interviews every other week. So if you're interested, he also did, here's one of his episodes, is Master of Horrors live from Fantastic Fest in 2025. Some of his other episodes are The Stand live interview with Mike Flanagan. We have some with Quentin Tarantino, James Wan, Eli Roth, Mary Lambert. He also does Ask Mick Anything. So definitely go and check out the podcast if you haven't checked it out already. Post Mortem with Mick Garris, and then tell me what you guys think about it when you do it. He has his hands in so many jars. Crazy talent. 100% he is. 100%. You historic when you remember a channel that a show was originally shown on. Damn, I'm up there. Right? Do you guys remember Up All Night? Yeah, that was a good show. And then Joe Bob Briggs' original, The Last Drive-In, which happened in the 80s. And then Monster Vision, which was in the 90s. And then USA Up All Night with Rhonda Shear. Should set Streamlabs to 0 limbs. Huh? Yeah, Rhonda Shear. Okay, so let's go on to the next one here. Okay, so his trademarks, Mick Garris's trademarks. You know you're watching a Mick Garris. Oh my goodness gracious. One moment, please. DC, thank you for sacrificing the soul of Reaper. Mwah, thank you so very much, you guys, for your generosity. Mischief Maker, DC, Speedy Misha. I really do appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for being generous. Thank you. DC, I hope you're doing well. I think Rhonda was on HBO. Billy was on TNT, or yes. I can't remember which channel series that they were on. Saturday Night Nightmares on USA way back in the day. Yeah. Gilbert Gottfried was a host of one of those as well. My ex remembers Up All Night, if you know what I mean. And if you don't, it was the snoring. Happy Sunday, DC. I hope you're doing well. By the way, DC, I did update the recipes of the Horde in the Discord with all my updated recipes. I even added the serial killer's buffalo chicken dip. I added that too. So yum, yum, yum. I'm hungry now. I think they brought back Rhonda, and they did. She's on a YouTube channel. I can't think of the name at the moment. USA had some good shows back in the day. I also remember Up All Night. Yeah. Up All Night was great. The Last Drive-In was with Joe Bob Briggs back in the day. It was in the 80s. And then Joe Bob, who is one of my mentors, one of my favorite hosts and interviewers. And he then later did Monster Vision in the 90s, which was an amazing show. And then again, he's now on Shudder with The Last Drive-In, and I friggin' love it. Monster Vision was on TNT. Nice. I can't remember the TV channels, but I do remember them. Monster Vision was great. It was really good. One of my favorites that I loved watching. And then when they brought The Last Drive-In back on Shudder, I was happier than a pig in shit, because Joe Bob Briggs is literally a walking encyclopedia of movies, not just horror movies, but movies in general. And he has so much knowledge, and he's been in the industry for so friggin' long. Like, it's crazy. Okay, so let's reel it back in. Mick Garris's trademarks. You know you're watching a Mick Garris film. He has signature pink and green overhead lighting, frequent collaboration with Stephen King, and long-term creative partnership with composer Nicholas Pike. Champion of anthology horror formats as well. Mick Garris may not always be the loudest name in horror, but without him, modern horror television would look very different. I want to thank you, ghouls, for hanging out and listening to me talk about Mick Garris, and a shout out to the Horde. You guys are pretty friggin' amazing. Next Sunday on Coffee Chat of Horrors, we're tackling one of the most influential filmmakers in horror history, Tobe Hooper, the man who created the Texas Chainsaw Massacre and redefined fear for generations. You do not want to miss this deep dive. Also, Happy birthday in heaven, Toby Hooper. Today is Toby Hooper's birthday, for those of you that did not know. Now, that was our end of our segment of CCOH. We're going to go into our just chatting scene. That there was, I'm going to be editing it on YouTube. YouTube now has a video editor inside of it that you can cut things down. So we're going to be doing that later today. Now it's hangout chat time. Yeah, Toby Hooper's birthday is today, and next Sunday is going to be amazing because Toby Hooper is literally one of the most influential horror directors and creatives of our time. Without his visuals in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, without him doing some of the most craziest shit out there, we wouldn't have some of the shots that we have today. Maybe we would, but it would have taken a lot longer. It's like Sam Raimi. Sam Raimi with Evil Dead. Nice, Darkbreaker. Nice. We will be doing Sam Raimi on CCOH as well. That's going to be sometime. I'm not sure when, but we will be doing Sam Raimi. I know a lot of you know his movies, but may not know who he is or where he started. He's also a really good friend of Bruce Campbell, the Chin. Texas, what now? Right? I know. Heavy actually sat down with me. Hey, babe. Heavy actually sat down with me and watched Texas Chainsaw Massacre in the movie theater when the horror club here. So we have a small horror club in my city, and they host a horror movie at the old cinema. And we went for the Texas Chainsaw Massacre showing. I just noticed the kitty in the background. Yeah, that's Mr. Paulicious Love Croissant. Right now he's eating the rest of the food that is in the bowl. Yeah, he'll be back. Don't worry. He doesn't leave this room. Sam and his brother from another mother, Bruce Campbell. Exactly, Golden. Yep. Sam does have a brother, Ted. We have a horror club in my country. We call it government. I think we all have that, DC. But in my little town, we have a horror club. They get together every Friday. It's pretty cool. I try to go as often as I can. And now the old cinema has closed down, it's just so sad. But they are moving to downtown area in my city, which I guess is a good thing. I really don't know, but it kind of sucks that the old cinema, our first cinema, is closed down. They closed down a couple of weeks ago. Ted played Henrietta in Evil Dead 2. Ted has done quite a bit, believe it or not, in the horror movie realms. Has anybody here seen Intruder? Now, I know I spoke about Intruder quite a bit. Bruce Campbell is in it, but towards the end. I wish we had something like that here. Start it, Choxy. Start it. The horror club here was started by a few people on Reddit who loves horror, and it is tiny. It's not ginormous, but it is tiny, and it was started here by a couple of people, right? It started on Reddit, believe it or not, and they were like, well, then why don't we get an actual thing going and have a club here? And we do. The horror club here raises funds for the local kitty rescue. So $10 to see a movie that you may not have seen on Texas Chainsaw Massacre was $10 a ticket, but the entire $10 went to a kitty rescue, not the movie theater. The old movie theater here was so kind and nice that they allowed the horror club to raise funds for a rescue without charging the horror club any money, right? Like, that's pretty friggin' cool. And they set it up with a projection and a laptop. We lost our local Sign World last year, a shame, because they do unlimited movies for $15 a month. That sucks, Arthur. That sucks. You haven't seen Intruder. Oh my God. Okay, so Intruder is an underrated horror movie. I've been telling people about Intruder for a long time. I'm pretty sure it came out in 1989, but it did. Intruder is 1989. Ted Raimi is in it. It is a brutal graphic slasher. Underrated like a mofo. Go and watch it. Check it out. I believe it's on Tubi. And that is pretty awesome. Yeah, we're waiting on sim parts for heavy. Horror club could be in your Discord. We could do a horror club in the Discord as well. I mean, but it is nice to go and meet at a movie theater, have popcorn, and to be able to watch some of the big classics on a big screen. And we actually watched it on a giant movie theater screen instead of just the TV, which was really cool because I wasn't born yet to see the Texas Chainsaw Massacre on the big screen. I was able to see it because of the horror club. Now, I don't know if that's going to change anything when they open up into their new area downtown. So, is Loki hiding from Ra after chewing her fat? Nah, he's a dick like that. He was proud. He was proud. 30 minutes. Thank you, Deadwalk. I have done that type of fun in years, right? It's a lot of fun. Now, COVID did change quite a bit. You're not wrong, Golden Plushie. It did. It changed a lot. It did. I love the horror club here. I don't get to go every Friday. I go when I can. I like to support the charities here. But speaking of charities, guys, I do have a fundraiser going on right now. If anybody is interested, want to donate, I am going to be making a social post about this, but in February, I am hosting a fundraiser event for the local animal charities here in Alberta. They are overpopulated right now with unwanted animals, and they are in serious need of help. The donations can start as early as January when I announced it. February 14th, 15th, and 16th will be the actual charity event that we will be doing. I will be doing 16 hours to raise funds for local rescues here in Alberta. So if you're able to donate, please do so. If not, when you see my post links out on the social media, because they will be on Facebook, they will be on Instagram, Threads, X, and I will be posting it on YouTube as well. If you guys can share that. You may not be able to donate, and hey, that's fine. Not everybody has a luxury to do that. However, your sharing, your reposts, your likes, your comments really do help and make a difference in everything. It won't be 16 hours straight. I will do an 8-hour stream, which is one of my longest streams ever. I do not do 8-hour streams. I barely break 6 hours. But we will be doing 8-hour streams for that to raise funds for the animals. I think it's super important. The rescues here rescue all sorts of animals: horses, cats, dogs, rabbits, lizards. It doesn't really matter. If you get rid of your animal, these rescues take them. And they really did. Yeah, they did an 8-hour charity event for Dead by Daylight for Santa Sleighs. That was one of the first ones. It was close to 8 hours, Deadwalk. You're not wrong. I do not do long streams. I don't think they're super healthy. However, I will break down the 16 hours into 18. I heard 24. This bitch is too old to be doing 24-hour streams. I would be snoring at my computer. Are you kidding me? But yes, if anybody wants to check out the charity, you want to donate, I don't have any alerts for it at this moment. However, I'm hoping to have some stuff for it at the event. Now, this event, when you donate, does not go to me. It goes directly to the charity. It goes directly to the animal rescue that we are helping. And there are several. Now, there are 15 gamers in Alberta that is currently working together in this 9 lives. They're not all streamers, but they're gamers. And there's 15 of us at the moment raising funds for these charities. And we have quite a few. They're non-kill shelters. They're trying to stay non-kill, but they're running out of fosters. They're running out of food. They're running out of money to pay the vets for the bills for these animals. Because humans are shitty people, and we get animals and then we just throw them away like garbage. Not all of us do, but I'll tell you what, there's quite a bit. And we have an ad break that's going to be starting soon. When can we you can donate now if you want. You can donate now if you like. I do check my event page I haven't checked it this week yet, but right now we have 2%. I have $1,000 goal. That's just $1,000 goal. Right now we have $20 raised of the $1,000 goal. The Nine Lives committee does have stuff for people who donate. Your name does get entered in on their end. I will also have things like $50 gift cards to Gamer Subs, $50 gift card to my merch store. There will be other things that you can do for people who, if you are able to donate. There's also going to be a giveaway for people who share my posts on social media. I wish I could take them under my roof. Oh, dark side, me too. Nanita, it is definitely terrible. That is why we are raising funds in Alberta. So the money that we raise go to several rescues here in Alberta. There's a couple in Calgary. There's a couple in my city, a couple in Edmonton. But you guys can donate now if you want, if you have that. The fundraiser does end in 22 days, 11 hours and 53 minutes. It is all legitimate. The money does not come to me. It goes directly to the rescue. And the days of the charity, which will be in February, I will be taking, I will be doing different types of milestones for giveaways. Also, any subs that day during any subs done during that charity event live stream will be donating to the animal rescues as well. That means your resubs, your gifted subs and new subs on those days, on the 14th and the 15th and possibly the 16th. Hello, Stay Tappin', how are you? Just because I think it's a very important thing to do. I think besides children and, you know, sick events for, you know, our mental health, animals are a huge thing for me. And these guys don't deserve the lives that some of them get handed. And I wish I could take all of them. I do, because they could use a good home and some loving. Now, Mr. Paul is underneath my feet because he has a foot fetish. But I will be sharing and showcasing the event in Discord. If you see it on my Twitter, my YouTube, my Instagram, please reshare it, post it out. I will be hosting a giveaway for anybody who reposts and share. So if you're on Twitter and you share my post, your name gets entered into the giveaway. If you're on Instagram and you retweet, because Instagram, you can reshare things on Instagram. You can share it to your story. You can share it to your feed. Instagram now has updated their shit to do that. My Instagram is ReAnimateHer. I am ReAnimateHer everywhere. I ignore that. I believe, oh shit, I'm yelling at people. I think right there, you can go is all of my social links. If you guys want to check it out, you guys want to follow me anywhere else, if you want to, whatever. I don't, what does it mean? That it said that 404 error. What the hell do you mean? That shouldn't be a 40 ever. Oh, the page is wrong. Interesting. That's weird. Huh. That's why it's wrong. All right, I've got to fix that. There is my social links. They don't work, babe. The bot is down. The bot is down. And we're going to go, oh, yeah, we're going to go and fix this issue right now with our commands. Let's do all command. Okay, chat command. Because that link is for whatever reason, it is definitely wrong. I don't know why. And so we're going to fix that. And it is disabled. So where is it coming up at? Why is it popping it out twice? Lumia. Oh, Lumia. That was right, babe. You did it right. That was correct. I appreciate it, Golden. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Like I said, if you guys are able to donate, super, super. Please don't feel pressured if you can't. However, like I said, I will be posting it on my social media, and wherever you follow me at, if you have social media, I'll have it on my YouTube. I'll have it as a short on my YouTube channel and on Instagram. Reshare. I do log your name down for the giveaway because, why not? Everyone should be uh incentive incentives. How do you say that? Incentivize? I don't know how you say that, but it's incentives, right? Everybody loves free shit. Look at you. Hot damn. What is everybody doing for the rest of the day today? I know for myself, we're waiting for Heavy's Racing Sim chassis, and I'm waiting for 2 extra lights. I did go and buy 2 extra lights because I think it might need it, and they were on sale. You're gaming on D4? Friggin' A. I'm hoping to get some gaming in today. I would like to get some gaming in. My source really needs some work. Movie night at 8 p.m. GMT. What is that in Mountain Time, Darkbreaker? 1 p.m. Mountain Time? Playing some Sea of Thieves as we watch the storm barrel down us. Did you guys get a lot of snow last night, or is it happening today, Mischief Maker? You're on Diablo and cooking. What are you cooking, plushie? Do it. Well, I still got stuff to do around here. But yeah, I would like to do some sorceress or even arc raiders because, I really like an arc raiders. Maybe play some Quarantine Zone. Nice, Deadwalk. Nice. Gaming Kaneki. Oh, Kaneki. Monday on Twitch. I want you to do your name in a command. Don't do it now because it doesn't work right now. Chicken legs. Yum. I need to clean up it. Everybody needs to do that too. I got to do that. I save my weekends for it. I'll ping the roll. Nice, Darkbreaker. Calling for a foot of snow starting tonight. It's all part of the big storm hitting the lower states. I know some of the states got hit overnight. Just watching Evil Dead at 8. Nice, Don. Nice. I'll be all ready to watch Talk to Me since yesterday. Playing GTA Online and the Division 2. Nice, nice. Oh, yeah, Kaneki. On Monday. By the way, I saw your big shawarma wrap over there. Super jealous. Currently playing Hightail, though. Nice. I've heard a lot about that game lately. Talk to Me was good. Talk to Me was definitely good. I really liked Talk to Me. Talk to Me and Bring Her Back. Bring Her Back was creepy, man. Good films. Going to start watching From. Choxy, that's one of my favorite TV series. Oh, we are getting a season 4. Awesome. So you haven't watched it yet. Oh, it's going to be exciting. It's exciting. When is the next shawarma run? Maybe next week. So I did have shawarma this week, though. When I came back from physio, I did, well, maybe you weren't here, Speedy, for it, but I think the shawarma guy behind the counter was trying to hook me up with the other shawarma guy behind the counter. It's really fun considering it's early access. Right on. Oh my God, Choxy, if you've not seen From, it is a great series. I have been addicted to it. We need to push on to you, the big boys, right? Yeah, you do. Kaneki. I'll be having some leftover shawarma for lunch tomorrow. Yum. Do you have a wife? No, I have a husband, February. Was probably, yeah. Oh, well, yeah, you're usually at work, Speedy, when I'm live, right? So, I would love to hear your thoughts on it, Choxy. I binged that shit. So when I was working at PV Mart and I was working from home, that is the show I watched, and I binged that mofo. I love it. We're getting a season 4. And clearly, shawarma guy didn't see the wedding ring. No, I always wear it. But I don't think he really cared. The guy behind the counter. Well, I'm not here for your sexual entertainment there, February. You can go to the AI OF stuff if you want, because OF is filled with that shit. So go there. Yeah, definitely. I want to hear what your thoughts are. He would, when Heavy came to kick his ass, he would definitely care then, right? Heavy did say, I wish I had a wife as well. But this is not here nor there. So silly. So silly. Oh, yum. Yum, yum, yum. But if you guys haven't seen From, it is good. I don't know if this did the new series drop. I've got to see when season 4 From. Oh, okay, okay, okay. So, let's see here. Let's see here. I'm not subscribing to. Okay, so one of the best horror series on TV right now, if not the best, I agree, is returning for a 4th season. It's called From. We just heard that season 4, supposedly we're gonna be August of 2026, supposedly. So season 3 was aired January of 2024, meaning it was 9 months after that show made it to air. 9 months from today, when production has wrapped, we could see August 12th of 2026. So people are guessing that 2026 will be when it is released. So you guys have quite a bit of time to catch up on it. Definitely catch up on it. And it looks like we're on the, oh, hello, editor's pick of Rumble. Hello, hello. Let's see if we can go here. Yeah, we are. Yeah, we are. That's pretty awesome. If you're watching me over on the editor's pick, hello, hello. Make sure to give us a follow and a like if you like deep dives into horror movies and more. I appreciate you stopping in and checking out the channel. That is pretty awesome. Thank you guys also for all of the reposts y'all been doing over there. Thank you for the reposts. Thank you for the likes. I appreciate it. Thank you for the comments as well. Like I said, your follows, your likes, your comments, your reposts, wherever you are on my social media, that really helps me grow as a creator. And it's super easy, it's free, and it takes maybe a minute of your time, tops. I do not, I think it's Paramount Golden Plushie. I believe Paramount. From the new season, possibly Basement, possibly. We're not 100% sure. But it does feel like we've been waiting a long time for From. And yeah, editor's pick yet again, right? It's pretty friggin' awesome. I can barely get that on anywhere else, so it's pretty great. Let me just scroll here. Mischief Maker. Wait, I think Wickedy is thanking you for the gifted sub. I didn't say thank you right away. Thank you so very much. That's awesome. Yeah, nice, 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 nice. Oh, we are 26,000 in channel points in. So, oh, it's on MGM Plus. It's on MGM Plus as well, Golden Plushie. I watch it via a VPN. But that's where I watch. But yeah, we're on editor's pick yet again for Rumble, which is pretty friggin' amazing. Hello, Super Mario. Hello, hello. How are you? How is your day going? Nope, not another. I don't blame you. I don't blame you, Golden. This is why I use a VPN. I'll be sure to share your socials with both of my followers. Hey, DC, thank you so very much. And want to know what the funny thing is? Your follow count, it doesn't matter once you share it on the interwebs. It goes out there. It goes out there. On Rumble, whether you have followers or not, when you repost and share and like and all that happy stuff, it goes out there to the masses. Same thing on YouTube. You may not have any followers on YouTube, and you don't have to when you share it out there. It's the same as on X. liking and reposting, you may, whether or not you have any followers, it just pushes it out there. It does get it out on the interwebs. You're just finished adulting now? Right on, Super Mario. You miss cable? Yeah, now we're missing cable for sure, Golden Plushie. The whole point of having streaming services was to get rid of ads. Now that's gone. If you want to find where you can watch a TV show or movie, just search it for it on Plex. Okay, SSJ, thank you. To be honest, I'm still mixed up on Rumble, sis. What's wrong, Super Mario? What do you need to know about Rumble? I can help you out. Rumble is a great platform. It is a platform for creators. And it's lovely there. I will be making a video on how to stream to Rumble, etc., etc., and I will be posting it up on my YouTube channel as well as Rumble itself. For those of you trying to figure out how to stream on Rumble, how to create on Rumble, exactly, Golden Plushie. The whole reason for streaming services that started like Netflix was so that you could get away from cable and all of their stupid friggin' commercials, 5 minutes of commercials. Now, Netflix has changed completely and they're greedy, greedy, greedy. So it is definitely getting disgusting because now you're paying, if not more, for streaming services and you have to pay several different subscriptions. Thank you, Don. I appreciate the reposts on Threads. It's a platform for adults, 100%. It's not chicka wow kind of platform. You don't see hot tub streams on there. I saw a vid, but so much to do before streaming. What do you mean, Super Mario? What do you mean? Not just commercials. The price of cable was nuts, but now we have to pay for $10 streaming services to get what we had. 100%. 100%. Right? Or we begged for an a la carte cable service where we would just pay for the channels we wanted, and this is what we got. How you doing, Diella? But yeah, I mean, now you want your TV shows, you're having to go to how many different sites, you know, $10 if that, and you get ads. So you're paying almost, if not on par or even more for your TV services. And it sucks. And it sucks. Do the title, prepare, other stuff. I can't remember. I'm overwhelmed. Oh, okay. Well, Super Mario, have you ever streamed on YouTube? Because it's very similar to that. I do a lot of scheduling. So I will schedule my lives on Rumble, right? I will schedule my lives on YouTube. Oh, okay. Well, I can help you with that if you want. I have all streaming services, but I seem to watch stuff on YouTube more. And YouTube is one of the services I actually don't pay for. I watch a lot of stuff on Tubi, and Tubi is free. Not to mention higher bandwidth internet. Yeah, you're not wrong, Diella. You're not wrong. Meh, I canceled Shudder ages ago. Yeah, I keep Shudder because I love Joe Bob Briggs. If they were to get rid of Joe Bob Briggs, there goes my sub. Mischief Maker, thank you for sacrificing the soul of Diella. Once you watch, you want to watch. There's almost no point other than, yeah, 100% Deadwalk. Thank you. Mwah. Yeah, Pluto TV is also fun and free, 100%. I do appreciate the love and the sub hype. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. Tomorrow, we are diving back into Silent Hill F. We started Silent Hill a couple of Mondays ago, and we're diving right back into it this Monday. Tuesday is going to be Arc Raiders. Wednesday and Thursday is most likely Diablo 4. Friday will be Dead by Daylight. I didn't even realize my Prime had expired. It's all good. It's all good, Diella. Pluto, Tubi, etc. Love them. Yeah, me too. I do watch a lot of Tubi. A lot of Tubi. My Prime expired years ago. Agree. I don't care for commercials. They're just, yeah, I don't mind commercials. I honestly don't. And when you watch indie films on Tubi, oh, we have a hype train because of Mischief Maker and Speedy gifting subs today and DC. We did hit a hype train. So thank you very, very much. There are free streaming services that illegally stream movies and TV shows from paid streaming services. There are, SSJ. I won't talk about them because I'm not getting in trouble. But there's quite a few, and you can watch them with a VPN. The shit I helped start. I know, right, Mischief? Right? But I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see here. We have a few minutes left. Nah, we don't need those things. Hi, Mayhem. How are you, darling? Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Not usually a fan of ads, but I'll let Tubi slide because they pay indie creators 100%. They do. If you're watching an indie film on Tubi, every ad that you watch, that money actually goes to the creator of that indie film. We learned that from 1BR, that movie on Tubi. I first got Prime back in 2012 when I bought my first Kindle Fire tablet. Prime was free with the tablet and had almost zero content. Now Prime costs your firstborn and a goat. You're not wrong, DC. You're not wrong. Those special pages zap and break Xbox and computers. Ooh, well, that's why you have a VPN. I don't know about Xbox. I don't watch any of that stuff on my Xbox. Tubi and Pluto. Yeah, Tubi and Pluto TV are both great free streaming services. They are free, and you can have those apps on Xbox. I'm pretty sure Pluto is now on Xbox, but don't quote me on it. I am watching indie movies now. Nice, Mayhem. What movies? In some places, your firstborn and a cow. You're not wrong. I rather pay and be legit. I get a lot of value out of Prime. Saved a fortune in shipping, plus Amazon Prime on Twitch for $9 a month. It is worth it. I mean, there is some benefits to Prime. We have Prime. We don't watch Prime Video, to be honest with you. I barely watch Prime Video, but having that Prime sub with Twitch does help, right? If you have Amazon Prime, if you're watching on Twitch, you can actually connect your Amazon Prime to your Twitch, and you get a free 30-day sub that you could utilize to anybody that has a sub button on Twitch. Prime is good with Whole Foods. Oh, we don't have a Whole Foods. Well, I know. I've never noticed a Whole Foods here. I don't think we have one. I love Prime 2-day shipping. I get everything in about 7 days. You know what? That's what it was like here in Canada for a while. Now we actually have 2-day shipping. So I remember back in the day, Amazon Prime, they would say 2-day shipping, but here it took a little bit longer than 2 days. Now they have games. Yeah, they do. So does Netflix. Netflix has games as well. I always forget to use my Prime sub. Yep. Oh, you know what? A lot of people forget about it, or they don't even realize they have it. I mean, now I'm going to watch indie films on Tubi, help those great filmmakers. Oh, there's a lot of great filmmakers out there. Lots. I live on an island. Yeah, when you live on an island, you have to expect that. So I don't expect 2-day shipping. They build Amazon warehouses here, and it's huge, but it hasn't helped anything. Yeah, I get living in remote places or smaller places. Definitely. Yeah, definitely link it. Might be where we live, but some items are same day. Yeah, I don't think I've ever received a same day delivery, Arthur. One thing I miss on Pluto TV is Pluto TV Wrestling. Oh, I didn't know they had that. Indie horror is great, Mayhem. 100%. Well, guys, on that note, let's go into our credits. Thank you so very much for spending your Sunday with me. I hope you guys really enjoyed the deep dive on Mick Garris. I loved discussing Mick Garris. Don't forget about his podcast, Post Mortem with Mick Garris. You can get it on all of your streaming services, Spotify, Apple, Dread Central. I'm glad you liked it, Darkside. Thank you so very much for being here. You have an amazing afternoon, Anita. Thank you, Deadwalk. Have a great rest of your Sunday. You too, DC. Thank you, Deadwalk. I appreciate it. SSJ, Don, everybody coming in, hanging out, lurking, and chatting. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for chilling with me. We will be live tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. We are 26,000 channel points into our cosplay over on Twitch. I love your guts, guys. Have an amazing rest of your Sunday. Monday, we're live with Silent Hill F. You'll be able to check me out on Rumble as well. Yeah, Yes, definitely. Darkbreaker is playing a movie in the Discord in about a half hour or so. So if you guys want to hang out in the Discord, make sure you do so. If not, I will see you guys Monday at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. I love your guts. Be safe out there. Stay warm. Oh, Eccentric, thank you. You take care as well. I will slash yous all later. Have a great rest of your weekend. Mwah.